Hey, Dr. Brian Kinzel from Evolve Flex Life here, showing the bird dog and some bird dog progression. So a common exercise that's often not done too well. So I'm gonna start on hands and knees. The purpose of this is to brace through the torso muscles, the core muscles, while I'm gonna move my arms and legs. So I wanna find a pretty neutral spine. And by that I mean, here's end range extension, arching my back. Here's end range flexion, rounding my back. I wanna be roughly kind of in the middle, maybe a nice subtle arch through the back. Should just feel like a comfortable, relaxed position here before you go in. Then I'm gonna draw the belly button up to my spine, but also brace 360. So I'm drawing up, but also around. So if somebody was gonna poke me or tickle me from any angle, I would be ready for it. So I'm braced. And then you should still be able to breathe here, but I wanna breathe through the diaphragm. So I'm kind of bracing belly button in and then bracing around. The diaphragm is here, so I should be able to maintain this brace and still breathe through the diaphragm. So I almost feel like I'm expanding out through this area. So just practice that. And then we're gonna maintain that and do some arm and leg movements. So I'm first gonna just maintain that, and I'm gonna try to drive my heel to the wall behind me. And then come back and the other side. If I'm like a table with 4 legs, it's like I'm just kicking a table leg out. I don't wanna go up, because then I extend my back, and I don't want to tilt, because then I tilt my back. So you want to keep this table super, super flat. And I'm going to drive with the heel, and as I drive with the heel, I'm going to reach, like I'm trying to kick the wall, and I should feel the glute activate there. And then I'm going to switch legs. And I want to pause in each position and see if you can breathe. So you should not be holding your breath, and you should be able to stay flat as you breathe. Number 2, we're gonna take away an arm support. So I'm gonna be here, same thing, I'm gonna brace. I wanna reach as far as I can, and I'm trying to reach my fingertips in front of me, and I'm reaching from my scapular area here. Thumb up, reach, lengthen, back down, and switch. And a key point here to get shoulder stability is that as I come down, I want to externally rotate my elbow into the ground, almost like I'm spinning down, but not turning my fingertips. So this area is rotating forward. That's going to get the rotator cuff and the scapular stabilizers engaged on your stance side. So as I put this down, this rotates towards you. So that's the bird dog progression 1. Progression 2 is now I'm going to alternate arm and leg. So I'm going to reach my right arm as my left leg goes, and I'm really trying to reach from the scapula as well as the glute, and I'm trying not to extend here. So oftentimes people will do these really, really fast, and their back is moving all over the place. You're defeating the point of the exercise. So I want to brace, breathe, pause, and at this pause, I'm really trying to emphasize this muscle engagement, and then back down. So I want this to be intentional and effortful, and I don't want to hold the breath. Final progression, so we go from what's called the bear position. So I'm going to be up here, same position, but now I'm going to come up about an inch from my knees. What this is going to do, really challenge the core, also really going to challenge the shoulder stabilizers. So I really got to be pushing down into the floor and externally rotating my arms if I want to be as stable as possible. Now I'm going to go through the same progression. It's going to be way harder. So I'm going to be here. I'm going to try and kick a leg out, squeeze the glute, back. Kick a leg out, squeeze the glute. Then I could go with an arm. I think the arm, it can be harder. You see I'm widening my stance a little bit, a little wider base of support. I really got to push through my stance arm and reach, back down, reach, back down, reach. Now let's see if I can do opposite, arm and leg. And you can see this is where my stability starts to falter just a bit. I'm a little shaky. So that would be where I'd be working at the moment. So that's all the bear dog or bear crawl progressions. It's a great exercise, but only if it's done right. So get that brace, still breathe, and then move with slow intention and really focus on firing the glute, firing the scapular stabilizers, and then progress up once you can do 10 to 15 reps at the prior progression.